is easier to get into the gym. Amanda Jonas will jump center for the Bulldogs, and she'll go up against Courtney Shea, both seniors. Jonas a little bit taller than Shea, and Jonas wins the tip, and Allie Morgan's got the ball. The Bulldogs are going right to left on your radio dial to senior Morgan, yo-yoing it up and down, wearing a nice pair of purple high tops. It almost looks like she's wearing a pair of Crocs. Gets it over to the corner to King. Now back over to Morgan up top. Dribbles with the left hand. Down low to Jonas and tried to pass to King cutting. The ball stolen there by Londonderry. And the Lancers go back the other way. The Bedford JV girls picked up a win in the earlier game. Well-played game by those junior varsity Lady Bulldogs, and a shot taken by Londonderry, missed. And the rebound to Mumpini, and Morgan back the other way, dribbling into the front court. Over to Jonas up top, now back to Morgan.
Londonderry settling into a zone, playing 2-3.
And for these Bulldogs, swinging the ball around, back to Morgan up top, now to the corner to Mumpini. And to Rosenbaum, down low to Jonas. Nice pass out of that too by Amanda. Shot missed there by Allie, and Londonderry gets the ball. Just under 7 minutes left here in the first of this scoreless game. Bulldogs in their home whites, red numbers, black trim. Londonderry in their blue road uniforms with orange as well as white trim. And dribbling in, the ball stolen there, however, by Morgan, and the Bulldogs come right back the other way. Allie tripped up right there, and my guess, a foul called on Katie Sullivan, senior forward. Sure enough, guessed right.
1 for 1.
If you're listening to
Good
the game,
start.
Don't get used to it. I'm like a broken clock. I'm right twice a day. Scoreless game, 6.5 minutes. I do know that nobody scored any points, so at least I'm right on that count. Morgan down low to Jonas. Jonas, a little turnaround, missed. Rosenbaum, nice job picking up the rebound by Emma, and she gets a bucket, and will have a chance to convert that free throw as well.
Even better than that offensive rebound was the putback with the left on the left side for the right-hander.
I just like the cut to the hoop and finding space. That is a savvy basketball play made by the senior. Emma trying to convert and misses off the back iron. Londonderry gets the rebound to Shea, and Londonderry will come right back the other way.
Bedford in man-to-man half-court defense.
Driving in is Londonderry, little layup, gets nothing, and the rebound there goes to Rosenbaum, her second rebound, and Bedford on the fast break up into the front court to King on the near side. Now down to Morgan. Back up top to Rosenbaum. Look to the far side to Mumpini, and instead looks to Morgan on the near side. Drives with the left hand to the baseline. Goes off the front of the rim and rattles around a bit. The ball goes into the hands of Katie Sullivan, and a foul called there on Ashley Schmidt of Londonderry. I think there's nobody to inbound the ball for Bedford, though. 5 of them on the court. One minor detail. Inbound pass coming to Mumpini in the corner on the near side. That one misses off the back iron, and back the other way goes Londonderry. The ball stolen there by Isabella King, and she comes, drives the hoop, ball knocked away, and they say a foul was called on the floor, no less. Colleen Furlong committing that foul. A pair of furlongs on the team. I don't know how long is a furlong. It's a measure of distance. Pass to the near side to Mumpini. Miss on the shot. And Londonderry gets the rebound, and they say Allie Morgan got caught with her hands in the cookie jar. The first foul of the game on Bedford, who leads it 2-0. 2.5 minutes gone by here in the first. And a furlong is 1/8 of a mile. So if there are 2 furlongs on the team, it's roughly a quarter mile once around the track. Londonderry back the other way. Shea into the front court, dribbles, shot long, rebound King, and then knocked away by Shea. She'll dribble to the left hand, drives, misses, rattles around there, and another shot missed by Londonderry, and Amanda Jonas gets the rebound, and back the other way come the Bedford Bulldogs. Sydney Grogan into the front court now to Morgan, over to King on the near side for 3, and that's good. Isabella King, a big three-pointer, and the Bulldogs 5 minutes left here in the first, lead it 5-0.
Well, that's how you beat a 2-3 zone. You spot up on the wing, you get a pass directly in that shooting pocket. Isabella King ready to shoot when she caught it, and she delivered.
Sullivan passes to Furlong. Now Furlong drives, kicks it back out to Ashley Rourke. Now back over to the near side. And to Shea at the elbow. Shea dribbles, turns around. Nice defense played there by Emma Rosenbaum. Pass to Furlong on the far side. The three-pointer missed. And Isabella King gets the rebound. Quickly dribbles into the front court. Bedford on top 5-0. 4:18 left here in the first. King's shot misses. Rosenbaum fighting for the rebound. It is knocked away, and it will be Londonderry ball. Bulldogs up 5-0. 4:15 left in the first.
Bedford working with a full court press here. Little 1-2-1-1.
And we saw the JV doing the same thing. Even when the JV was up big, they were working on that press, and you have to believe that's a program-wide. Want the players to learn the same thing, execute the same way.
The Londonderry side is doing the same thing. Their JV girls team was playing the 2-3 zone defensively, as is the varsity.
Shea passes to Furlong up top. She misses the three-pointer. The ball rattles around and off the hands of Katie Sullivan, out of bounds. And it is a timeout called by Londonderry. And we're about halfway home here in the first. 5-0 Bedford. The Lancers are still looking for their first points.
Yeah, Coach Theos for Londonderry certainly has to be happy with the defensive effort. That 2-3 zone has produced a couple turnovers, and they've done a good job limiting Bedford to only 5 points here halfway through the first quarter. They just haven't been able to score offensively. Their threes aren't falling to this point.
They've gotten some open looks, and of course we haven't seen enough of them to know, are they a team that needs to function down low, or are they a team that's going to be up top shooting from three? Is that their game, or is Bedford somehow forcing them out that way? But we don't know. We haven't seen enough of it.
Yeah, not this year. Harry and I did do their broadcast last year in Londonderry, and my recollection is that Londonderry did attempt a bunch of three-pointers and had multiple players who could hurt you from the outside.
So regardless, the Bulldogs lead it here 5-0. Those 5 points coming 2 from Emma Rosenbaum, 3 from Isabella King, which if you did the math, that adds up to 5.
You're 2 for 2.
Uh-huh.
This is a good night.
Yep. We'll try to keep it up here. Allie Morgan dribbling for the Bulldogs into the front court, over to the far side to Rosenbaum, and tried to find Grogan, who was curling around, instead to King back up top. Now back up top to Grogan, swings it back over to the near side, finds Rosenbaum down low, to King on the elbow, and back to Grogan up top. Now to Rosenbaum on the far side, to Grogan, who drives the lane, knocked out of her hands, and rebound picked up there by Shea, and Londonderry on the break. Grogan, nice D to disrupt it, and Shea's pass falls harmlessly out of bounds. Bulldogs ball, 3.5 minutes left in the first.
Londonderry with a chance now to set up that half-court zone, and let's see what the Bulldogs do to attack it.
Morgan to King on the near side, looks to Jonas down low. Now back over to the far side to Grogan, to Morgan up top. Morgan to Rosenbaum, little floater from the lane, misses, and Rosenbaum picks up her own rebound off a deflection. Now Morgan drives into the lane, puts up a shot, and the shot does not go. And to make matters worse, she knocks down Katie Sullivan along the way, and that is a foul on her.
And to make matters even worse, that's 2 on Allie. Second team foul on Bedford.
So Londonderry will get the ball back into the front court, and for Kevin Gibbs, he's got to get Allie Morgan out of the ball game as quickly as he can, which you really hate to do when it's one of your senior captains too. Three-pointer shot there by Londonderry. That one misses from Ashley Rourke, and the Bulldogs will come back the other way, leading at 5-0. 2:40 left here in the first quarter. Pass kicked over to the far side to Grogan. Now back up top to King, over to the near side to Morgan. Up top to Rosenbaum, and Bedford just passing the ball around the perimeter right now. Now over to the far side to Rosenbaum, who A little feathery 15-footer just outside the elbow.
Nice skip pass from Jonas. It looked like she gave a little fist pump after Rosenbaum made the jumper, which is always nice to see. You get a fist pump on an assist.
And that was a smart play by Amanda, too, passing out of that, because otherwise Bedford was just going to keep passing around the perimeter. Londonderry gets a made basket there. It looked like Sarah Clegg, the junior forward, is the one who made the bucket. It is now 7-2 in favor of Bedford. 1:56 left here in the first quarter. Londonderry dribbling around. Furlong drives, kicks, now pulling it back out as Londonderry again. Nice hands there by Allie Morgan to knock the ball out of bounds. It'll be Londonderry ball over on the far side. Bedford on top by 5, 1:44 left in the first. Shea drives the lane, kicks to the corner to Furlong. Now back to Rourke up top, guarded closely there by Rosenbaum, who is a tenacious defender. And they call a 5-second call simply because Rourke hadn't made any move toward the basket. Emma was closely guarding her.
Well, tenacious is a great word for it. Emma has an excellent on-ball defensive approach, and it produced a turnover right there.
So Bedford with the ball up 5, 1:15 left here in the first. Ball to Grogan on the near side. Now back up top to Rosenbaum. Back over to Grogan. Looks to King up top. Now down to Grogan on the near side. They're playing a little bit of tennis over here. Over to Grogan on the near side again. Now back up top to Rosenbaum. Over to Morgan on the far side. Just under a minute left here in the first. Bulldogs on top 7-2. Feel like I'm watching a Fort Wayne, Minneapolis game. Jonas with a little jumper from the baseline. That one misses long. A fight over the rebound. Nice job, Sydney Grogan, to pick it up. And the Bulldogs will maintain possession. 40 seconds remaining here in the first. Ball down low to Amanda Jonas. Did a great job of creating a little bit of space, did Amanda. And the assist there to Allie Morgan on the basket by Amanda Jonas.
Yeah, Jonas scored that bucket before she even caught it. It was the positioning and the footwork setting up that easy layup.
So now 9-2 Bulldogs, 20 seconds left here in the first. A three-pointer from Rourke is good. And that makes it 9-5 Bedford. About 12 seconds left here in the first quarter. And Isabella King drives baseline. Left-handed floater is good to go. And for Bedford, you want to make sure you don't give up that last second shot. Shea going coast to coast, misses the shot, and the Bulldogs dodge a bullet on that one.
Yeah, they did. That was a nice individual move from Shea to get to the bucket, and certainly she'll be disappointed that she missed that. But the one thing Bedford did do is they avoided the foul, and they forced her to attempt that runner. And you're right, fortunate for Bedford, it rimmed out.
She took possession of the ball with about 6.5 seconds left, and we were talking about him earlier in the context of his daughter as a competitive gymnast now, but she went Tyus Edney as she was trying to go coast to coast on that one. It's funny how that stuff comes around.
Yes, it is.
His was a little bit more critical.
A little bit more on the line.
Yeah.
It was not to beat the first quarter buzzer.
Just to beat Missouri in a, what was it? It was a regional final, wasn't it? Yep, and UCLA wound up winning it all that year, 95 maybe.
And that's the thing with those tournament runs. Usually you have one close game, one big shot, and if it's just crazy how if he misses that shot, history's changed forever.
Right.
You get a different champion.
You indeed do. And it also points up to the fact that you can have the best big man or big woman down low, but without guard play, when you need it most, it's really tough for an offense to function. For the Bulldogs, Allie Morgan hasn't sat yet. She's got a pair of fouls. And Bedford on top 11-5. 79 minutes remain here. The clock was malfunctioning. For once, it wasn't me making the mistake. Driving the lane is Furlong, and Allie Morgan got caught with her hand in the cookie jar there, and the gamble by Kevin Gibbs to leave Morgan out there does not pay off. Allie's got 3, and quickly off the bench to come into the ballgame is Marina Braga.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. It looked like on the shot, Morgan got a lot of ball on the block up top, but she must have gotten a little bit of body with the hip, and that's what drew the whistle.
So Furlong converts the first one, making it 11-6. Allie leaves the game. And unfortunately for Kevin Gibbs now, as Furlong misses the second and Jonas gets the rebound. Now he's got to make a decision on when to bring her back. You only get 5 fouls, as many fans of high school basketball know, but we still got about 24 minutes to play. Nice entry pass. Rosenbaum to Jonas again. That connection paid off for the second time, and the Bulldogs on top 13-6. 7.5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Harry's coming back with a slice of pizza for us. That's awfully nice of him. Shot blocked. Isabella King on the fast break, and it was like the waters parted a little bit too much for her. She missed the layup. Londonderry gets the rebound, and they'll come back the other way. Well, the Lancers. Bedford on top by a touchdown here, 13-6. Nice job by Bedford on D, knocking the ball away from Shea, and now Londonderry's Furlong dribbling around, loses the ball, gets it to her teammate Shea over on the far side, dribbling with the right hand into the paint. Jonas with the block, great job by Amanda there, and Rosenbaum picks up the rebound, and it's Braga back the other way over to King on the far side. King picks up her dribble, now she's held tight. Rosenbaum has it along the baseline, down low to Jonas. Jonas misses that little shot, and it's King cleaning up the glass there. King now has 7 in the game, and the Bulldogs on top 15-6. And a timeout called there by Londonderry. 6:28 left here in the second period.
Well, you saw the versatility right there of Isabella King. We've seen her make the three-pointer, and then when Allie Morgan went out with her third foul, King took over in a way as the point guard, initiating the offense at the top of that zone. And then you saw her on the shot by Jonas run all the way through the paint, get to that open spot, get the offensive rebound and put back. And that's what you have to do when your starting point guard goes out, is somebody else has to pick up the slack.
Yeah, it's nothing short of impressive to watch it too. She's one who's very comfortable handling the ball, so you don't worry about her in any situation like that. And for Bedford now too, you look at some of the things that will change on offense. You have Rosenbaum, who we've seen with some great passes so far tonight. She's extremely useful. You have Braga, who can handle the ball, bring it up. She's useful, but it's certainly, at this point, Bulldogs are up by 9, 6.5 minutes left in the first half. You need to continue to add to the lead, of course, but you also want, if you're Kevin Gibbs, hey, can I look at this as a positive that it gives other people the opportunity to run the offense, because I might need them later. This situation might come up in a playoff game.
Absolutely. It's adversity in the one sense, but it's also an opportunity for your other players to grow.
So Londonderry with the ball, they'll inbound and quickly get the ball into the front court is Colleen Furlong, the senior forward, or she's listed as a forward. And now dribbling with the left hand is Shea, kicks it out, now down to the corner for Londonderry. And the ball taken and driven by Katie Sullivan, who lost her balance, but it may have been because of a hand of Amanda Jonas, and they will say the foul was called on Braga there. So that is her first. And that one could have gone to either of them. If you're Bedford, you'd rather keep your big man out of trouble. And the shot made there by Katie Sullivan, her first point of the game. It's now Bulldogs 15, Lancers 7. And the second one misses. Jonas gets the rebound, takes a couple of dribbles, gets it to King, and the Bulldogs lead by 8, coming right back the other way to Mumpini on the near side in the corner, misses long. The ball rattles around a bit. Braga did a great job fighting for that rebound, and Marina Braga gets a big putback there, and the Bulldogs now lead it by 10, their biggest lead in the game, 17-7. Now with the left hand is Furlong, gets it over to the corner to Sarah Clegg, who gets it back up top to Katie Sullivan. Sullivan dribbles with the left hand into the lane, kicks to the baseline. The shot misses. Braga, nice job, seals off, gets the rebound, and Jonas will get the ball back and quickly hustle into the front court over to Mumpini on the far side. Back up top, and now it's Rosenbaum directing traffic up at the top of the key. And a foul called there. They say it is on Katie Sullivan. I believe that is her second. And for Londonderry, 5 fouls they have committed to this point. 5:20 left here in the first half. The Bulldogs on top 17-7. Isabella King looking for isolation on the near side. Looks down low to Amanda Jonas. Nice pass, shot missed. And coming right back the other way is Ashley Rourke to Shea. And Shea, a little reverse layup that misses. Great job, Mumpini grabbing the rebound. And she'll get things right back the other way. Mumpini to King on the near side. King through the legs with the dribble. Looks down low to Jonas. Great job by Amanda using the body, creating a little bit of space. Gets it back out to Mumpini. Now to Braga on the curl for three for King on the far side. Shot missed, and Shea gets the rebound. Jonas could have been whistled for an over the back there, got away with one. Bulldogs on top 17-7, 4.5 minutes left here in the first half of play. Now Furlong dribbles with the left and looks down low for Katie Sullivan, but Sullivan can't corral that pass. And the Bulldogs playing some stellar D, lead at 17-7, 4:26 left in the first half.
Yeah, you like the idea on that pass, but a bounce pass I think would have been more effective and easier to catch.
Pass over to the near side to Rosenbaum, now to King, looking down low to Jonas, nothing there. Instead, Rosenbaum for three, and a big one from Emma. She's got 7 now in the game, and that makes it 20-7 Bedford. About halfway through this second quarter of this game. Furlong with a head fake, now gets it over to Kylie McGurn. The ball hangs out up top. Ashley Rourke with it, now gets it over to Furlong. Dribbling and driving the lane is Olivia Chaw, and now kicks it over to the corner to Furlong. It hits the side of the backboard, and Bedford will pick up the rebound there, and it's Rosenbaum coming right back the other way for the Bulldogs to Mumpini over on the near side. Looks to Amanda Jonas, who somehow managed to be completely unguarded, makes the basket, and the Bulldogs lead by 15, the biggest lead of the game for Bedford.
Great vision there from Mumpini to see the streaking Jonas.
I think if Jonas could have, she would have put up flares, waving her arms like she's trying to land a plane. Shot missed there by Kylie McGurn. Bedford the rebound. Mumpini quickly on the fast break. Looks over to the near side to Braga. She handles the ball, gets it to Rosenbaum up top. Now down low to Amanda Jonas, who puts up a shot, is fouled, will go to the line and shoot a pair. 3 minutes left here in the first half. The Bulldogs of Bedford on top by 15. And Londonderry about to do some wholesale substitutions as well. Jonas's first free throw is missed. For Bedford, 0 for 2 from the line so far. Londonderry 3 in, 3 out. That's how this game works. 5 on the floor. And now Jonas with the second one. Caught the front iron, the back iron, and everything else, but she missed the second. The Bulldogs have missed all 3 they have taken. And now quickly is Londonderry trying to create a little bit of offense. Isabella King with the steal. Nice pass out of the defense, though, to Mumpini. And Mumpini just got a little bit handcuffed with it. Couldn't come up with it. And as a result, loses the ball. Londonderry will take it. Leading by 7 is Bedford, though. 22-7 with 2:50 left in the first half. A new one into the game for Bedford as well is Emma Kazajanski, the sophomore forward. Ball kicked over to the far side to McGurn. McGurn looks up top to Clegg. Clegg dribbles through the legs. Mumpini winds up stealing the ball, and now we got a jump ball. And it will be Bulldog ball.
That's the sweet spot right there for Bedford's one-on-one defense. Second turnover charged by Bedford defenders.
The defense for Bedford has been locked down to this point, 22-7 Bedford, 2:20 left here in the first half. King drives, the ball knocked away from her. And now a jump ball is called as Londonderry ties it up. And so it'll be Londonderry ball on the arrow. For the Bulldogs, a slightly younger team, in case you're just joining us and wondering where Allie Morgan is, as a travel is called on Sarah Clegg of Londonderry. In case you're wondering why Allie Morgan's not in the game, she had 3 early fouls and sat with about 7:50 remaining here in the first half, but it hasn't hurt the Bulldogs.
All 5 players on the court have handled the ball well since her departure.
The freshman Grogan over to King, now up top to Braga. Looks down low to Mumpini, did a nice job getting to the ball and sealing her opponent off, and now back to King, to Kazajanski, who drives the lane looking for somebody, looks to Grogan up top. Now over to the far side, and driving the lane is Braga. Shot off the glass, missed. And the Bulldogs lose that possession. Londonderry with it, coming right back the other way. Bedford going a little bit small right now. And that foul will be called on Kazajanski. It looks like a reach that was called. And the question on the floor, on the shot, I would have guessed it was on the floor, but they're saying on the shot. And to the stripe to shoot 2 is Ashley Schmidt, and she misses the first one.
After the reach in there from Kazajanski, Sydney Grogan tried to draw the charge. Nice sacrifice.
Second free throw from Schmidt is made. Londonderry 3 of 5 from the line. Both teams together a paltry 3 of 8 from the line. Chris Dudley-esque. Fellow Ivy Leaguer for you there. Ball to the far side to King. Her 3 misses. Nice job by Braga to seal off, and now to Grogan up top, and her little jumper just above the free throw line is good, and now Bedford leads it 24-8, 1:10 left here in the first half. Passed over to the far side to Chow. Now looks down low. Londonderry shot by Shea is missed. Fight for the ball in the key. Grogan winds up with it. And Coach Gibbs called a timeout. And the official closer to half court said that, sure enough, we'll give you the timeout. So Bedford sacrifices the timeout for the ball. And they lead by 16 with 55.2 seconds left here in the first half.
That was a bang-bang play in terms of gaining possession and calling the timeout. Coach Gibbs was perfect with his timing.
He saw the opportunity and he took advantage of it, and the Bedford Bulldogs get the ball out of it. And of course, for Bedford, it also may wind up because he was able to do that. They would have gotten the ball anyway out of the tie-up, but for Bedford, now you also get the ball to start the second half, assuming there are no more tie-ups. Fairly balanced scoring for Bedford so far as well.
Rosenbaum and King have 7. Jonas with 6.
I have that right too.
Braga and Grogan 2 each.
50 seconds left here in the first half. Bedford quickly into the front court, eluding the press of Londonderry. Lead by 16. Kazajanski's jumper from the corner misses. And Londonderry gets the rebound. Just under 40 seconds left in the first half. A long pass from the point guard Furlong down to the baseline, but off the hands of the intended recipient. It'll be Bedford ball. Half a minute left in the first half. Grogan trying to elude this Londonderry D and is able to do so. Gets it to Mumpini, now to Braga down in the corner. Braga looks down low to Kazajanski, and Emma Kazajanski did a nice job converting there, and the Bulldogs now lead it 26-8, 18 points, the biggest lead of the game. Now Furlong will dribble, spins around, gets it to Rourke. The ball stolen there by Braga, who had designs on picking the ball up and running with it, converting an easy layup. But the first part, the picking the ball up part, that was the hard part.
Then she got tackled.
Then she got tackled. It'll be 2nd and 1 from just inside the 40-yard line for Bedford. 26-8 for the Bulldogs, 5.8 seconds remain in the first half. And Braga will go to the line and shoot a pair. 1 and 1, I lied. That may be my first mistake of the half, at least that we know about.
Yeah, no, there was no shot attempt on that one, unfortunately.
Braga gets a very kind shooter's roll. And she'll now attempt to convert the back end of the 1 and 1. And the second one from Marina misses. The rebound to Isabella King. Isabella fights for it, puts up a shot, missed, and then the follow is good. And we've gotten so conditioned to, at the end of the half, kind of giving up that meaningless basket right before the half. Well, today we got to change. Bedford got the basket at the end of the half. Welcome back to the Bedford High Gym, where the Bedford Bulldogs girls basketball team leads the Londonderry Lancers 29-8. Lauren Fox alongside Andrew Hansen, and I honestly don't think I expected when I walked into this gym that it was going to be a 21-point margin at halftime based on what we had heard from Coach Kevin Gibbs about the injuries, but the Bulldogs have gotten some nice balanced scoring and good offense to this point in the game, Andrew.
Yeah, and Londonderry is 4-4, so they're no slouch as a team. Bedford has benefited from some missed three-pointers by Londonderry, but they have been excellent really on both ends.
Bedford will start the second half with the ball. Allie Morgan back into the game after about an 8-minute layoff. She picked up her third foul early in the second quarter. She misses a three. Emma Rosenbaum with a putback, misses. Isabella King, a couple tries at a putback, both missed, and Londonderry with the ball, dribbling quickly into the front court. Pass kicked out to Furlong, who shoots from the elbow. Shot missed, and Morgan gets the rebound. I would love to see some stat sheets for this one. Pass down low from Mumpini to Jonas, broken up there, and right back the other way is Londonderry. And on that fast break, the basket, the shot attempt, I should say, Ashley Schmidt. I counted that one, looked like it was going right into the hoop, and it rolled out.
What stat would you want to see the most?
Field goal percentage, Londonderry. Just curiosity more than anything else. 29-8 Bedford, 7 minutes remain here in the third quarter. Pass over to the far side to Morgan, looks to Jonas. The shot off the back iron is missed. And we'll go right back the other way with Londonderry dribbling into the front court. It's Furlong. Tried to get it over to Ashley Rourke. And looked like she went over and back, and that was a call. I was trying to read the expression of surprise on the official's face.
It was there for all to see.
I don't know what that meant. Emma Rosenbaum dribbles at the left hand, high off the glass. She gets to 9 points with that bucket. The Bulldogs lead at 31-8. Now the pass over to the near side. That three-pointer shot and made by Courtney Shea, her first 3 points of the game for the senior forward. I don't know if he was surprised that it was over and back or surprised that he called it.
He was surprised that he heard so much from the bench wanting the call, and I think he thought to himself, I've got this covered, don't worry. The call is coming.
The Bedford bench you're
Yes.
talking about, yes.
Yes.
Bulldogs on top 31-11. Now ball kicked up top to Isabella King for three, and Isabella makes a three, her second of the game. That gives her 12. And the Bulldogs, after Londonderry made one, answer right back with one, and then Shea drives the lane, gets a bucket herself. She now has 5 in the game, and it is a deluge of points for the Lancers in the last minute and a half or so.
With that three-pointer, Isabella King becomes the first player tonight in double figures.
34-13 Bedford, 5:20 remains here in the third. Pass to Mumpini over on the far side, gets it back over to the near side to King. King's three-pointer misses long and goes off of the top of the backboard. It'll be Londonderry ball underneath their own basket.
That was a nice set play against that zone. You saw the skip pass, and Allie Morgan was there for the back screen, and they got King that open look that they were looking for.
Pass down low to Sullivan, and a very nice bounce pass there from Courtney Shea to Katie Sullivan. Sullivan now has 3 in the game. It's 34-15, 4:50 left here in the third. The passing crisper here in the second half. Far more offense for both teams, and Allie Morgan drives the lane, makes a bucket, and mark this one down. 4:38 left here in the third, and Allie just got her first 2 points of the game.
Yeah, she's got to feel a lot better sense of relief after getting that bucket to break the ice.
So the Bulldogs on top by 21. Shea, a crossover dribble, drives into the lane, spins, left hand, misses. The rebound picked up by Morgan and then dribbles off the foot of one of the Lancer players and out of bounds all the way at half court. That one rolled a solid 25 feet after Allie's dribble. And it will be, I thought it went off of Londonderry, but you and I saw the same thing. Now Londonderry got the ball, inbounds it, drives the lane, and a foul called. I'm not certain on whom. 13, it's on Sophia Mumpini, and that is her first. Yeah, I saw it roll right off her shoe top and out of bounds.
It was one of those tough angles for both officials.
Yep. Londonderry kicks it up top to Rourke. Now driving the lane is Rourke. Morgan gets the rebound quickly into the front court to Mumpini. Now to King on the near side. Little feathery J is good from Isabella King. That gives her 14. The Bulldogs lead by 23, 38-15. 3:40 left here in the third. Londonderry trying to get it done by any way they can. And this time it's Courtney Shea driving, missing, picking up her own rebound and getting a bucket quickly. And for Shea, she now has 7 in the game. That one a 3 from Londonderry, and that three-pointer from Ashley Schmidt gives her 4 in the game. So Londonderry, through our first 16 minutes of play, had 8 points. They have 9 in the first 4:50 here in the second. And Bedford on the steal, Isabella King. And they say that Isabella traveled before she passed it to Allie Morgan. So it'll be a turnover and Londonderry ball.
I wouldn't have made that call myself. It looked like a normal 2-step and then pass.
I agree with you completely. She didn't argue too loudly about it.
I think she may have thought that there was a foul call.
Maybe so. Katie Sullivan dribbles into the paint, kicks it back out to Furlong for 3. Furlong's 3 gets nothing but the bottom of the net, and I don't mean that in a good way. And back the other way is Bedford. Isabella King dribbling, loses her dribble. Now up top to Rosenbaum, over to the corner to Braga, now down low to Jonas. Shot missed by Amanda, and that one off of the foot of Rosenbaum winds up being held by Furlong, and Londonderry will come right back the other way. And a foul is called on Isabella King. And for Isabella, that is going to be her first. And for Bedford, foul number 2 here in the second half. Bulldogs lead by 24. 2:31 left here in the third. And some very good defense played by the Bedford Bulldogs. The only starter who is not in the game right now is Mumpini. Marina Braga is there playing in her spot at the moment, but for the Bulldogs, Allie Morgan got into some early foul trouble, sat for just about all of the second quarter, and has now played for just about all of the third. Now driving the lane is Furlong. The shot misses. Jonas pinballs the rebound around a bit before it winds up in the hands of Sarah Clegg, and Clegg goes up with a shot, misses, and the foul called there on Amanda Jonas. That is, I believe, is that her first or second?
I've got her for 1 now.
And so does the scoreboard. First free throw is missed there by Clegg. The free throw shooting on both sides has been somewhat of a challenge. And the second one from Clegg is missed long. And Morgan fights for the rebound with Londonderry. Clegg winds up getting her own rebound, gets it to Furlong, drives the baseline, and the shot is made over Emma Kazajanski, and Furlong now with 3 in the game. 1:49 left here in the third quarter. Bulldogs of Bedford on top 41-19. King with it over on the far side, looks down low to Braga off the foot of the Londonderry defender, and now picked up there by Morgan. Winds up down low to Braga. Morgan now driving the lane, goes with the left hand, little finger roll with the right. And the basket is good, the foul, and she'll go to the line to try to complete a 3-point play.
And the Bedford bench really liked that one. Showing great enthusiasm.
Sydney Grogan in, Emma Rosenbaum out. And Morgan is able to complete the three-point play. Allie now has 5, and the Bulldogs on top 44-19. Minute and a half left in the third. Morgan playing some good solid D on Colleen Furlong, who kicks it over to the corner to Olivia Chow. Shot missed. Rebound picked up there by Morgan. Looks to King in the front court, breaking away on that fast break. And a great job by Isabella King to finish. And she now has 16. Another good game from Isabella King, I'll tell you what.
Smooth and quiet, just gets it done.
And very good instincts on the court as well. Chow drives the lane with the left hand, makes the shot. She gets her first basket of the game. It's now 46-21 Bedford. Ball over to Isabella King on the far side, now to Morgan up top. 40 seconds remain here in the first half. Bedford on top by 25, or in the first half in the third quarter. Bedford on top by 25. Passed over to the far side to Grogan, looks down low, finds Allie Morgan, dribbles at the left, gets tied up there by Chow, and it will be Londonderry ball based on the arrow with just under 26 seconds left here in the third quarter.
It's like Morgan got a blow to the nose there, but she's going to shake it off and stay in the game.
Furlong dribbles into the front court for Londonderry. Bedford on top by 25 in the waning moments here of the third. 46-21, 10 seconds left. Now the ball kicked over to the near side to Shea, who makes a three. That is her second of the quarter. That gives her 10. And now as time runs out in the third, Morgan from just outside the half-court line misses the shot. And the Bulldogs, who led big at halftime, 29-8, now lead 46-24. So they increase the lead by one more point, 46-24.
Yeah, so it was 17-16 in that quarter. Most output we've seen offensively tonight in any quarter, and you had to figure that Londonderry was going to settle in at some point, and some of their shots were going to start to fall. And sure enough, we saw Courtney Shea, who was scoreless in the first half, score 10 for Londonderry in that third quarter.
Nice to see her find that shooting stroke, and I'm sure her coaching staff is appreciative of it as well. Coach Nick Theos exhorting his team to try to get some more buckets. And in 8 minutes, your chances against an experienced Bedford team of making up that deficit of almost 24 is difficult, but you got to play like you're going to make that one up.
And they have made 3 threes as a team now, so they've got the capability to score in bunches. For Bedford, Isabella King hit her third three in that quarter. She now has 19. Emma Rosenbaum has the other three-pointer for Bedford. She has 9, second leading scorer for Bedford.
So we start the fourth quarter here. Bedford on top 46-24. Mumpini with it over on the near side to Morgan in the corner. Now down low to Jonas. Looks back up top to Mumpini. All 5 starters in the game for Bedford for this fourth quarter of play. As we start things off. Now Morgan's three, a deep one, is good. And that gives Allie 8 in the game. And the Bulldogs doubling up on Londonderry. And then some, 48-24.
What you have to love about that possession was it was all passing, no dribbling. And it's a great way to beat the zone.
Now you tell me?
Now I tell you.
Courtney Shea drives a little bit of the left arm, creating a little bit of space between her and Emma Rosenbaum, and makes the basket to Shea. That gives her a dozen in the game, and it makes it 49-26 in favor of Bedford. Just over 7 minutes left in the game. King drives the lane, the ball knocked away from her. Rosenbaum picks it up, gets it over to Morgan on the far side, now to King in the paint. And King, with a little up and under, makes the shot, is fouled, and she'll have the opportunity to convert a three-point play. She's got 18 in the game.
That was nifty, wasn't it?
It was a nice play.
Really
and
slick.
The best word I can use to describe it is she sort of slithered through it.
Yeah, and she had the perfect amount of English on it. And She could have been frustrated because earlier in their possession it looked like she got fouled, but she stuck with it, made a great play.
And on that one, it didn't even look like she got fouled. She was just straight up fouled. Bedford on top, 52-26. 6:45 left here in the ball game. Isabella King with 19 of those 52. Londonderry dribbling around on the perimeter, now gets it to Courtney Shea, who is cutting to the hoop. Shea misses the basket, is fouled, and will go to the line and shoot two. For Bedford in this second half, as we discussed earlier, they've scored 23. Shea misses her first free throw. And we'll go to the line to attempt the second one. And the second one out of the hand of Courtney Shea is good. She's got a baker's dozen in the game. 52-27 Bedford. 6.5 minutes remain in the game. Mumpini looking down low to Jonas, who tried to find somebody cutting and instead found Isabella King up top. Now Mumpini looks to Rosenbaum. Gets it back up top to Mumpini, does Emma. Now down to the corner to Isabella King, back up top to Mumpini, who drives, pulls it back out. Morgan for three. A deep one is good from Allie. And a big second half for Allie Morgan. She's got 11 in the second. And we're just under the 6-minute mark remaining in the ball game. Bedford on top, 55-27. And Londonderry hasn't really found an answer for Allie Morgan. The best thing to stifle her on defense was fouls. Big long outlet pass to Isabella King, and King attempted to put a shot up. May have been fouled. Hansen is nodding his head. Harry
looked like she was hampered a little bit on the way up across the forearm.
Harry wanted a cross check called. We had to tell him that that's not something they call in basketball. King to inbound for Bedford on top, 55-27. She gets the ball back, misses a three, barely off the back iron, and now right back the other way. Comes Londonderry. Bedford on top by 28. 5:20 left here in the game. Olivia Child dribbling for Londonderry, now gets it back to Ashley Rourke, dribbling with the left hand, trying to find a way past the defense of Bedford, but she's not able to. Christina Braga and Mumpini are stifling the Londonderry offense, and a great job being done by Bedford. Sort of shore things up. We hadn't seen Christina Braga, we had seen Marina, but Christina is now in. Can't wait for the same confusion that we used to have with the Chartier triplets.
Right.
Bulldogs on top by 28, 4:50 left in the game. Now Isabella King, a little jumper that misses. Rebound taken there by Rourke. She loses the ball, gets it back on the offensive end. Ashley Schmidt dribbles into the lane. Shot missed, rebound recovered there by Londonderry, and Jordan Furlong had the rebound, missed the shot. Allie Morgan gets the rebound, gets it up to Mumpini in the front court, and Mumpini is being hassled by Londonderry, winds up getting the ball over to Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum misses a left-handed floater in the paint. And now 4 minutes left in the game. Bedford up by 28. Londonderry gets the ball into the offensive end. A shot missed by Kylie McGurn, and a rebound quickly taken by Londonderry. And this one a long possession. That shot missed as well by Ashley Schmidt. They say the ball went off Londonderry. Bedford will go right back the other way.
The Londonderry's got to feel like it's just one of those nights. They had a lot of good chances on that possession. Couldn't get it to go down, and that's sort of been the story of their offensive attempts tonight.
For the Bulldogs, they're up 28. And they have had the hot hand, and again, this hot hand was Isabella King. Makes a little jumper just inside the free throw line. That gives her blackjack. 21 on the game. And she's still hustling after loose balls too. Almost dove in the front row right into her dad.
It's the VIP section there in the front row.
I don't know about that.
Or so I was told.
Jack Nicholson Shot missed there by Jordan Furlong. Ball quickly to Sydney Grogan. Dribbling into the front court is the freshman Grogan. Had a notion at a three, held up. Now it's Marina Braga missing the three. Her sister Christina attempted to come up with the rebound, and now Londonderry on the fast break. Shea, a big shot high off the glass, makes the bucket. She has 15, and that makes it 57-29 in favor of Bedford. 3:02 left in the game.
Coach Gibbs wanting to chat things over and take advantage of these last 3 minutes with the game in hand and make sure the team executes down the stretch with the reserves now out on the court.
Again, you never know when you're going to need somebody, anybody, and when we talked to him a few weeks ago, that was one thing that he stressed was the importance of everybody that he has on the team. Everybody's got a role. It was interesting when we talked to him too. He had prepared for the questions that we were going to ask him and was careful to mention everybody on the team in some way, shape, or form with what they would add. You know, usually you ask a coach, hey, tell me about the team. You get a couple names. He had kind of, it was like a season preview on everybody.
It worked out well for what we were looking for so that we could learn about the team and share that with the listeners. So it was a lot of fun for all involved.
I was told we just got knocked off TV for a school board meeting.
It's like the folks back in the booth deciding that the game is out of hand.
Right. Oh,
We
no,
go to alternative
I don't
programming.
think they weren't able to find the tape of Heidi.
Right.
Pass stolen there by Londonderry, and the fast break basket by Courtney Shea, who's had 17 all in the second half. Bedford on top by 26. Gets the ball quickly into the front court. Braga misses the shot. That was Christina. Now Isabella King fighting for the rebound. And they say Londonderry ball, 2.5 minutes remaining here in the game, but good to see the fight that she's got still in the game. She's the high point person in the game. Although Courtney Shea's given her a run for her money. Attempting to go coast to coast is Ashley Schmidt. The shot misses. And it is because she was fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot a pair. The foul called there on Emma Kazajanski. Kazajanski, a sophomore, was a team manager last year. That first free throw from Ashley Schmidt is good. Kazajanski had torn her ACL. Coach Gibbs told us that in our preseason interview with him. And now she's back at full strength and playing for the team as a sophomore. Certainly contributing. Second free throw from Schmidt misses. And now right back the other way is Bedford. Kazajanski loses it. Ball to King. 2:15 left in the game. King hands it to Grogan. Grogan drives the lane, misses the shot. And the rebound to Jordan Furlong, who quickly gets it up to Schmidt. Now over to the near side to Shea. Shea dribbling with the left hand. Looks to the baseline to Katie Sullivan. The shot missed, and Isabella King gets the rebound, and now Grogan gets a pass and was accosted there by Ashley Schmidt, and it will be Bedford ball on the near side with the Bulldogs leading by 25, just under 2 minutes in the game. And Londonderry with some new players in. Some new faces that we have not seen yet. Bedford, we've seen just about everybody to this point in the game. Grogan up top, now to Braga, now to Kazajanski over on the far side. Back to Braga, looks down low for her sister Christina. Shot blocked, and right back the other way comes Londonderry. Grogan steals the ball, and now it's Marina Braga stealing it, going back the other way for Bedford, and Marina is fouled. A hard foul as she goes to put a shot up, and she will go to the line and shoot two. And I am told that we are now back on the air. The TV air, I guess. We never left the radio. So it's funny, I received a text from We're off radio too? Are we back on radio? There we go. We are back on radio as well. All right. If we lost you, we're back. If you tuned in hoping to listen to the school board meeting, we're sorry. Bedford on top, 57-32, 118 left in the game. Londonderry has cleared out some of their reserves at this point. Bedford on top by 25. Londonderry with it over on the far side. It's Kylie Crawford with the ball. Now gets it back up top to Kayla Miles, and Miles drives the lane. The ball knocked away from her. And to Nick Theos's credit, he is still coaching 100%. I'm talking about the Londonderry coach. Still getting it his all, and so is his opposite number, Kevin Gibbs.
Yeah, you love to see it. That's what competition is all about.
For Bedford, everyone on their roster has played somewhat significant minutes tonight. Just under 40 seconds remain here in the game. A little left-handed shot by Braga is missed, and back the other way is Londonderry. Miles for three, misses off the front. Ball knocked away from her, and Catherine Marshall had an opportunity at the rebound for Londonderry, unable to come up with it. Just under half a minute left here in the game. And Morgan taking her time, dribbling into the front court. The Bulldogs on top by 25. Can't really take anything for granted in this game, though. We saw what happened in the K-State game earlier this week.
Just hoping for a clean finish here.
We'll talk about that on Fox on Sports tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Morgan with the ball, casually dribbling up top, and the clock will expire, and Bedford wins this one. Your final score, 57-32. They outscore Londonderry 11-8 here in the fourth quarter. So this one was in doubt at some point, largely because of kind of a shortage of offense in the early going of the game, but Bedford led it and never relinquished that lead. They had a 5-0 lead and wound up winning by a grand total of 25. I'm trying to see how ridiculous this is going to look with me up here. But I believe you have the final totals. We'll let you.
Yes, in terms of scoring, Isabella King led the way with 24, including 3 3-pointers. Next for the Bulldogs was Allie Morgan. She had 11, all 11 points in the second half, including 2 3-pointers. Emma Rosenbaum had 9, including 1 3-pointer. Amanda Jonas had 6. Marina Braga had 3. Emma Kazajanski 2. Sydney Grogan 2. Over on the Londonderry side, Courtney Shea had an excellent second half. She scored all 17 of her points, including 2 3-pointers in the second half. Then we have Colleen Furlong with 3, Katie Sullivan with 3, Ashley Rourke with 3, Ashley Schmidt with 2, Sarah Clegg with 2, and Olivia Chow with 2.
So for Bedford, really, the name of the game early on, I guess there were, if I was going to write a game recap for you, I'd be thinking about a couple things. One, defense. That was the biggest thing in the game. I, again, would be curious to see what the stats look like on this one, but Bedford did a great job holding Londonderry in check. The second thing was how Bedford responded when Allie Morgan got into that early foul trouble. She had 3 fouls, 7:53 left in the first half, sat the entire second quarter, came back for the third, and really turned it on offense. She wound up with 11, but in her stead, you had a variety of different people handling the ball, bringing it up, and it really showed us what you can get from the Bulldogs if Allie happens to not be in a game for any reason, just how productive that offense can still be.
Well, that's right. When we talked to Coach Gibbs in the preseason, he talked about wanting all the Bulldogs to be able to handle the ball in transition and fill the lanes. And now we got to see with Allie Morgan out, all of the Bulldogs handling the ball in the half court, and they managed very well.
You don't know how hard it is with me sitting up here to fight the temptation to give you bunny ears.
Well,
I'm just going to say it.
I just like turning my back on you as you're talking.
Yeah.
We have a weird arrangement this evening.
Yeah. So anyway, the final score here from the Bedford High Gym, 57-32. Our sincere thanks to everybody here who helped out with everything. George Cox doing a great job with the camera. Harry Kozlowski, radio production. Bill Jennings, again, doing a wonderful job pressing the iPad for every basket in the game. And sure enough, Bedford lit it up on offense, scoring 57. Our thanks as well to my broadcast partner, Andrew Hansen, for all of his preparation and hard work, and for Kevin Gibbs and Corey Parker here at the Bedford High School for allowing us the opportunity to do this. So for Andrew Hansen and the rest of the crew here at Bedford 105.1 and WBNH, I'm Lauren Fox. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Again, the final 57-32, Bedford over Londonderry.